my God, you guys. That footage was shot here in Costa Rica, the Caribbean lowlands, specifically Turrialba. And that rainfall that caused those floods inspired me to do this video. Sadly, all over Costa Rica, there's landslides, there's floods, and it's due to heavy rainfall. Can you believe it? Persistent rainfall. It hadn't stopped for days. Today is the first day where we don't have rain, so I'm able to shoot this video for you guys. I'm not sure why I'm wearing this. I guess to add extra drama to the video. I don't know. But yeah, in today's video, we're going to talk about rain in Costa Rica. I get a lot of questions from you guys. What is a good month to travel to Costa Rica? Which month should I avoid? So that's what we're going to discuss. I will tell you exactly which months to avoid. So without further ado, let's get into it, you guys. So in general, Costa Rica's summer actually is from December through April. It's important to understand though that Costa Rica lies on the continental divide. So we have a Caribbean side and a Pacific side. And the weather patterns are different on each side of the slopes. Looking at the map of Costa Rica, you actually see, for example, that the Arenal volcano area, which is an area super popular that everybody wants to visit when they come to Costa Rica, actually lays on the Caribbean slope. So if you're planning your trip during the summer, from December through April, thinking you're going to be there in the dry season, keep in mind that the area of the Arenal volcano will be rainy because they're on the Caribbean slope. Of course, it shouldn't be any problem because if you visit the rainforest, you can expect some rain, right? So being in the Arenal volcano area during rainy season will look something like this. Now that doesn't seem too bad, does it? I personally think Costa Rica is beautiful during the rainy season because it's a lot more tropical and lush, like the Costa Rica we see in the pictures. However, if you can't stand the rain, you want to visit the northern Pacific area, Guanacaste. That area is the driest area in Costa Rica, and even in full-on rainy season, they get very little rain. Keep in mind though, that because it is so dry, the landscape, instead of it being green, is more brownish. So personally, I actually avoid Guanacaste during the dry season because I just don't think it's as beautiful. Hey guys, just in case, if you're new to this channel, I'm a Dutch expat. I've been living in Costa Rica for 16 years. I co-own a travel company, so I get to advise my clients about weather patterns and when to come all the time. It is a little bit complicated because it depends on so many things. Are you going to do a round trip in Costa Rica, so you're actually looking to get the best weather of each area? That obviously is tricky, especially if you want to combine it with the wildlife you want to see. Obviously, if you want to see turtles laying their eggs, you need to pick the nesting season. The same goes with the whales. If you want to see the whales, you need to come during the right season. And I do want to point out, you guys, the footage that I showed you in the beginning of the video with all the floods, that is not normal. We've had so much rain, persistent rain. That doesn't happen every month. That is not the typical rainy season of Costa Rica. It happens when there's like a tropical storm. So don't worry, it's not like that is the standard of when you visit Costa Rica during rainy season. Not at all. I personally suggest to come in a transition month, for example, May. That's when I actually invite my family to come to Costa Rica. So they are from the Netherlands. So obviously they're not just going to come for a week. They'll be here for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. And together we travel throughout the entire country. And I found that that is the best time to get, you know, a great combination of dry weather with a bit of rain that is totally acceptable. And the great thing about May is too, it's off season, so it's not as busy with tourists and prices are better as well. So my advice is come in May. Now, if there's 2 months where I would say don't come to Costa Rica, And it all depends. Again, like Costa Rica has a lot of different microclimates. So technically, you can always find a good area to be in. But if I had to pick 2 months where I say don't come to Costa Rica, it would be September and October. Because this is simply where we get the most rainfall, especially on the Pacific side, like the Central Pacific, South Pacific, the Osa Peninsula. It is so rainy that even the hotels in Osa Peninsula, they decide to close in September or October to do some renovations because it's too rainy. However, I do have to say that those 2 months on the Caribbean side, it's wonderful weather. But that would only work if you plan on only staying the Caribbean side. So if you want a nice, well-rounded round trip all over Costa Rica, it's best not to come during September and October. And then for any future expats, if you're thinking of moving to Costa Rica and you want the driest part of Costa Rica, you've heard it earlier, Guanacaste is your area. Do keep in mind, it gets very hot and it does get very dry and windy at certain times of the month. So just come visit Costa Rica and just try out the different areas and see what is the best fit for you. But for people thinking they can avoid the rain in Costa Rica, that is just not the case. But just enjoy it because it really is super tropical and lush. It is absolute paradise. I can highly recommend it. I want to thank you for watching. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'm always happy to help. And I hope to see you in the next video. Be sure to subscribe. Ciao! Pura vida.